Welcome back, everyone. My name is Larry Sodders, and I'm here to assist you through this trip through living well with a disability. This will be the first chapter, which is goal setting, that we are going to be working on. I'm not sure exactly if we'll make it through this entire section before the end of this video. I'm figuring it may take two, maybe three videos to get through this section completely. First thing I'd like for you to do is just grab a piece of paper and a pen, and you can put me on pause and wait till you get back. Welcome back. Now, what I would like for you to do is to think about your life, your past, your present, and your future. Things that you've done in your past, things that you're doing now, and things that you would like to do in the future. Now, I would like for you to look at the future and find something that you really want to do, and we'll call that a goal. That will be a long term goal. Now, how do we deal with goals? If you have this goal that I want to live a better life, so first of all, look at your past. What have you done in your past toward working toward that long term goal? So, what have you done to make sure that you can live a better life? Well, maybe nothing. So, at this point, we're going to start looking at what it's going to take for me to have a better life. Is it going to take me having a brand new car? Is it going to take me having $1 million in the bank? Is it going to take me uh, making it past this illness I have just so I'll be alive in the future? All these are things that you need to look at and to evaluate in your life. Okay? And you can begin by studying the situation that's going on around you. Then you start working toward those things. Say, and I'm not necessarily talking about weight loss or any of those things. Those are, we all deal with that. We all deal with those kind of information. But say, I want to have a better life. So, how am I going to have a better life? Well, at that point, you might consider the weight loss. Who knows? You may consider I'm going to begin to advocate for myself. I'm not going to let any of these people tell me who I am and not to judge me by my disability. I'm going to begin to advocate for myself. So, what do you do to start advocating for yourself? You start opening your mouth and communicating. That's going to be covered a little bit further down the way, but that's a very important thing to learn to communicate. And then once you communicate and you advocate for yourself, then you could start looking at maybe uh, now that I've gotten what I needed to get better, then I just continue to work toward that. So if it was a diet, I continue to maintain my weight loss program. If it was to get up and walk, you begin working on your physical therapy, your occupational therapy, and things like that, just to get to that point, if it's at all possible. And I think that everything's possible. I've seen too many stories and talked to too many people that have done amazing things in their lives. And if you can't do it one way, you can always circumvent it and find another way to do it. Alrighty? Alrighty, that's a Missouri term. The next thing, we're going to break those goals up again. We're going to go long term, short term, and small term. Now, people with goals, have you ever had a goal before? Do you know that whether you have or not? You have. Everyone has. I want to go to a movie tonight, maybe. So you got to look at it and arrange what movie you want to go to. Make sure that if you're not unable to take yourself, make sure that you have someone who can take you to the movie. Uh, am I going to eat popcorn at the movie? Am I able to do that? Uh, then the transportation key comes in there. The ticket price comes in there. Then once you're there and you're at the movie, that's a goal. You've accomplished a goal for that day. And it may be something as simple getting out of bed for some of us. I don't feel like it, I'm sore, but you got to get to the point where you either use it or you lose it. And do we want to lose more than what we already have? So you need to push yourself to make those goals happen. Okay, long term, short term, and long term, medium, and short term goals, or small, intermediate, or large, however you want to look at it. Say you want to learn to play the guitar, or your goal is to play the guitar on stage. Okay, first of all, you're probably going to do a short term goal of I'm going to go online and I'm going to look at YouTube videos of how to play a guitar. The next goal might be I need to buy a guitar. Then you look at a little further down the way, and like an intermediate goal is I can now play the guitar. And then a little further down the road is I'm really good at playing the guitar. So the next little goal might be I'm going to talk to somebody about playing on stage. And then the next goal, which would be the long-term goal, is you're on stage and you're playing your guitar. You see, everything works in steps. And as people with disability, we really know what steps are. We know because some of them are very difficult. For myself, who lives in a wheelchair, going up and down stairs is nearly an impossibility. So I have to look at different things. My goal is to one day to be able to circumvent steps. If that means finding the right type of mobility equipment to do that, or to develop the strength to actually walk up and down stairs, that's my goal. Okay, now I'm going to have lots of ways to work on that. But coming back to my point on steps is sometimes it's just like getting up and out of bed in the morning. You got to know. We all know how many steps, how many movements we all have to make just to get up out of bed. Then we also know how many steps it is to the kitchen or how many steps it is to the bathroom. We also know that we may have to have a little bit of help along the way. Maybe we have a mobility device, or maybe we have an aid that helps us, or maybe we're able to just make it ourselves. Sometimes, all disability is a physical disability. There's mental disability, there's blindness, there's different things there. So we have to look at these steps. We have to know how many steps it takes, and we have to follow those steps, or the possibility is we're going to fall down, and that could cause some major damage physically, spiritually, emotionally. And that was my chair beeping. So let's look at steps again, and let's keep working with steps. Okay, I am coming up pretty close to my 10-minute mark, and I haven't got hardly any of this done yet. For our next session, though, I'd like for you to write down some goals, some different things that you want to work on, and then look at the goal, the long-term goal, then try to figure out what you might consider your intermediate goal or your middle goal, and then also start thinking about 4 or 5 little short-term goals you can work on. And if you would like to, please leave comments or down here in the comment section, or contact me at Larry Zaracon Sodders, Sodders, on Facebook. You can send me a message there, friend me there. I also have got a disabilities page set up over there. It's called Disabilities. I just lost track of the name. I'll put it down here in the comments for you also. But I've been looking at all kinds of different programs out around the country, and there are lots of them that might help us with all of these things. But as far as no program in the world's going to help you if you don't set goals and make that initial move of getting up out of that bed. So until next time, my goal is to be back and get this done for you. So until next time, this is Larry Zaricon Sauter saying thank you for listening in, and I certainly hope that you'll follow along. Please like us, share us, subscribe, and comment in the comment sections. I will answer every comment that I get, good, bad, or ugly. All right, thank you guys, and we'll talk at you really, really soon, or with you, I would like to say.